From Bolero of Lakewood here for the title matches of one of our most fun tournaments here. This is the Pac Northwest Team Shootout. Had a fantastic atmosphere all day long. 25 teams got started, and these are our final two. Lots of great storylines. Owen Barrett's going to lead it off for his team, full of youngsters, where Owen is the old man of the crew, and he leads it off in style. Baker bowling, so he'll do frames 1 and 6, as will this guy, JBT vet Josh Mullen, and his brother Jake, and Jake's kid Jax have been around this tour for decades, it seems. Lots of talents. And rolls the 2-pin to start it off. No bonus pins involved. If teams had more than one under 170 bowler, if they had to add one, they get additional bonus pins. Neither of these teams do, so this is straight up scratch bowling. And this is Mac Reese. Crashes up high, leads just a 6. Mac just 15. This is his first career scratch title match. He's been knocking on the door of it with some pretty good results. Oh, for about a year and a half or so. Sienna Stoner qualified second at the Pac Northwest Invite last season. This is her first scratch title match. She'll be doing frames 2 and 7. Good looking ball. Crosses over, and the fellow 6-pin. So they couldn't be more identical so far after a frame and a half. Both these guys will go hard and straight with the plastic ball at their corner pins. No problem for Mac. This had to be Mac's dream event because it's an event where you're encouraged to be noisy. And that sort of fits Mac's game and personality, to say the least. Among a few others. About my technological wheelhouse there. Just about. Thank you. No problem with the 6 per either one. Here's an impressive youngster, 13-year-old Alex Crowley. The top 8 teams advanced to head-to-head match play. Earlier, Alex doubled in the 10th to squeeze out a win for one of his team's games. Age is simply not the deciding factor. It is talent, skill, chemistry, all that stuff. You got anybody at home thinking, oh, why are you bowling with the 18-year-olds? Because they get good bowling the older kids. Doesn't work in football. It works well in bowling, though. There is Jake Mullen. Well, high ball pin. Bowled on an SYC long pattern, a lot of length in the middle, not a lot of volume anywhere, and a very high friction surface, and they've been bowling since 10 in the morning, so lanes, shots that are early are going to check up, but there's still plenty in the middle. They're still all kind of doing a fallback type line here, just about every one of them. Josh, great spare shooter. Jake will play off the strike line. Jake's hair has darkened as he's grown old. He's got just about the same haircut as Josh now, and I can rarely tell the difference between the two of them from behind. Henry Hind, another up-and-coming talent. That looks good. Oh, and he slaps out that 9. And OTB is what he said. That stands for one-time balls. The team cheers themselves on. It is so much about chemistry in team bowling. The entire collegiate finals is all bowled on Baker. Here's Duke Knudsen standing way left. So he's playing in front of the ball return on the other lane, so he's keeping his footwork the same on this lane, as if there was a ball return to work around. And that's a pretty looking ball. Perfect shot from Duke. It remains a 2-pin game. Here's a kid named Pacific Dohoon, according to his shirt. High hit for Pacific. What that Pacific is from his Team USA bowling when he made the show with his Pac Northwest team. Dohoon has been padding his resume everywhere this season. He made a regional top 8, adults, PBA regional top 8. Every SYC around. Right there you had to watch as big Liam Hartman gets a big carry there with a little bit of extra flavor in his nose right now. He's Milan does not pick up the spare for the first open of the match, so big swing there. It's Dohun and Liam that'll be doing the 10th frames for their teams, and it was Liam's strike that sets them up with the advantage halfway through. Liam and Duke and Jake and Josh's team elected to bowl on this lane for game 1, which means they'll be back on it for game 3 if necessary. So it's the lane they slightly liked better, or it's the lane they think the other team doesn't like. Josh mixes them up. See if Barrett can match it. Oh, away Brooklyn. So I mentioned that Jake's hair got darker. Owen's hair got a heck of a lot lighter. He was Eminem for Halloween. If you didn't see it before, I bet you see it now, right? He showed me a picture. He did the whole, tank top and the whole Marshall Mathers look, and it was uncanny, actually. The problem is it was clearly not shampoo out hair dye, was it? Stuck with it for a while. Have hair as long, you have fun with your hair as long as you have it, right? Cluster spare, that's nicely done. Sienna with her team working on 3 in a row can take a big lead here in game 1 of this best 2 out of 3 match.
Come on, Sienna!
Too long a pattern for that to get back. It's the track area that's got all the friction. If you get left, it'll skid. If you get it too far right, it won't come back enough. Mac Reese with all that two-handed power, though, he can get the ball back from pretty far away. Up, it tugs that. And just the nickel, a few hands attempt to go up. We do it all over again in Phoenix next weekend. Same exact kind of weekend. Albuquerque, then main event already. Pretty makeable spare for Sienna. Just got to get that ball over. Oh, not quite enough to get that back 10. So an opportunity for Mac to pick up 10 pins for his team here if he can convert that 5 pin. Shouldn't be a problem, man. Certainly isn't. Hey, big thanks to Bill, Henry, and Tina and the team here at Bolero for having us. Jam-packed weekend. Sold out yesterday and 25 teams today. Big turnout. Appreciate all the hospitality. 20-pin advantage for Mullen and crew. 8th frame.
Come on, Jay!
Could have been a lot worse. That ball was crashing up high. Leaves only the 10. Same kind of high hit as Alex will ponder that one, leaving only that 6-10. It'll be a 22-pin difference now if each one converts their corner pins. No problem for Alex. Neither a problem for Mullen. I didn't catch that, but the crowd did. I Am Bowling's proud to be a title sponsor of our tour. You see they got I Am logos all over their shirts. They get part of a bonus $5,000 scholarship if they are attired in I Am. Oh man, Henry threw it great in the first, a little high in the second, and big problems now with that 9th frame split staring him in the face. Duke can just about salt this away with a strike here. Barring a hind conversion, which he's capable of doing.
Come on. Go. Yep.
Team said go, go. It went. And 192 with an open in the 10th. That's close from Henry, my goodness. The fact that he didn't convert it on a great effort means this game is over. They're going to be trailing 1-0 and they'll have to win the next 2 to take the title away. it. Liam on some kind of run. Finally won his first career title back in Oregon in September and made it 2 in a row, both over poor Matt Byrne. Behind us crying somewhere, I'm sure. Chance for 3 here. He's 1 game away from doing so. Even though the game is over, these are not meaningless shots because remember, these are the lanes they'll be back on if there's a game 3. So it's important to learn everything you can, even from these what would otherwise be garbage time shots. That meant change balls and try something else in Korean. Translate for you. Wow, Liam found some push on that lane. He tugged the last 2 balls and they just held pocket flush right there. He's got some room. He's got less blood, but he's got more room. That's a good trade-off. Hopefully that is what those said. That's exactly what I would have told him too. Just fish around here, look for something else. Oh, that ball crushed. Good to know, though. It's better to do that right here than it is in the, 5th frame of the next match. Want to do it again? Let's do it again. All right, get over there. Top seeded team, 1 game away. And the youngsters got to win the next 2 to take it away. They can change the order if they want. Why would they? Why would the leading team? Everything looked pretty good there for 224. It's a good Baker score. Josh to start it off again and does so with the 4 pin. In all these years, we've had only 1 Baker 300 at doubles or team. And here's our last chance at it for the weekend. Otherwise, the Miami Dolphins will pop the cork again. Remain the only. It was a long time ago, that Baker 300. Pop! Still, for 1 more week, the only Baker 300. It was Matt Jones. I think Jeremy Glover was on that team. A lot of old names there. Takes his time. Every spare important here. Can't make any mistakes. You only get 2 frames per bowler, so you gotta give it your all on every shot, of course. No trouble for Mac. Mac wants to strike so bad. He wants to just. You gotta get the strike first. Sienna wouldn't mind one of her own here. Oh, she'll take it on the broken. She happily takes that one. See if Henry can match. House looked a little left to me. It looks like he has the same hold that Liam found. Hopefully they took notice of that. That's where the misroom is, at least on that lane. Henry should know what's going on. He's a veteran of this. He did this down in California last week. Look at those great shoulders of Jake. Oh, look at those great breaks of Jake. Jake has always had such still shoulders. That creates repeatability at the foul line. That's why he's one of our best. 2 invitational titles. Let's see what Crowley has. It's close, right? Yeah, that's what Crowley has. Mr. Crowley. I wonder if he knows who Ozzy Osbourne is. Parents raise him right, he does. Have to ask him later. So this is why Duke was standing where he was on the other lane, so he can keep his footwork the same on this lane. Some bowlers do it this way, some bowlers do it the other way. I kind of like this because it again creates repeatability. A lot of loft too. Oh yes! Slap that out, Duke. That was a pretty ball there. Duke works so hard on his game. He feels like it's coming together. Owen will happily take that. Brooklyn to even up. It's fair triple each. Game on in game 2 here. In a must-win situation for the youngsters. Not that Liam's not a youngster. I think Liam's only 16, maybe 15 himself. And his dad, a deliriously happy Michigan sports fan right now. Let's see what Liam can do. No? No! Maybe not, no! Wow! Break of the day for their team right there is... Yeah. What that is a weight hole that has been plugged. And got some plug in that weight hole. Working out for it. Let's see if Doan can match.